guys, as promised, today I am servicing my K&N filter and replacing the factory filter because it's going in for service. I'll show you how it's done. First of all, to do this job you need a TX25 Torx bit. It looks like that. TX25. There's about 8 bolts. I think there's 2 here, 1 here, I think 1 here, 2 here, and then there's 1 hidden down there or something. So let's get to work. Alright guys, just a word of warning. Just remember that these reseat themselves. It's one of these screws that you don't take out completely. As you can see, they're halfway out. They reseat themselves basically, so they don't come out completely. 2 there, 1 there, 2 there, and then in between here and here there's one on either side. So now your intake is loose to reveal your filter. So here's the K&N I just removed. Of course, looks can be deceiving. There's the top of it, it looks squeaky clean. There's the intake side. As you can see, it's not that clean. It's caught a lot of debris. I'm going to get that ship shape and get it looking like that by the end of the video, actually cleaner. Of course, there's the stock one now putting back in. Side by side comparison. You can actually do this. Big difference. Basically the K&N is about half of it, so it's very restrictive. Unfortunately, for warranty reasons, they don't like performance parts in the cars, so I have to replace it. I got like I said, a permission to do a downpipe, but I didn't get permission for this. This was way after the fact or before the fact, so let's get that fit. Let's get that OEM one put back in. Alright, obviously make sure you don't over tighten these because you might de-thread them or whatnot, and just make sure, go over it, make sure they're all tight and they're all in. You want it coming loose. That's good. Another thing about Audi, cars going for service, I never ever clean the engine bay. It's in desperate need of a steam clean. Pretty pathetic how you spend the money on the car and then they can't even do the engine bay. Anyway, now the filter needs to be recharged and cleaned. I don't know if I'm going to use the whole K&N kit or I'm going to put some BMC oil. The BMC was very messy last time, so I think I'm just going to use the K&N kit. I think it will be better. Get your K&N power clean, give it a generous spray. Turn it over. Make sure you do both sides. So leave it for about 10 minutes to soak and absorb the cleaner before you rinse it in your bucket of lukewarm water. After the 10 minutes, leave them in the lukewarm water for another 10 minutes. I don't claim that this is the right way. This is the way I always clean my filter. I like to be thorough. So as you can see, I put this filter in the warm water without the cleaner and nothing came out, and then I put the cleaner on, left it for 10 minutes, put it in the water. Now all of a sudden you see all the dirt. After your good rinse, put them in the sun. I leave them for about an hour or so, depending on the time of day, the heat of the sun, for applying your recharge oil. Alright, the last part of the process is obviously to recharge your filter. To do that, get your K&N oil and you go ahead and you spray them. Dud. Make sure to do both sides. Turn over, do your intake side. This also doesn't smell lekker, by the way, or nice. That's it. What I'm going to do now is leave this to dry for about 2-3 hours in the sun, hour in the sun, and once I'm happy that it's all the excess oil's drained out, because one thing, if there's too much oil on here and it gets onto your OBD, your some kind of air pressure sensor or something, it causes problems. So even if you do it the next day, let it dry out properly, which is what I'm going to do. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like I say, this is just the way I do it. I don't claim that it's the right way, but to me it's the right way. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe, and let me know any comments below.